Private E-1. Every soldier's journey in the U.S. Army begins here. Private E-1, the foundation of the enlisted force. At this stage, you're a new recruit. No rank insignia on your uniform yet, symbolizing a clean slate ready to be shaped by discipline and training. Your focus is mastering the basics during basic combat training: marksmanship, fitness, teamwork, and Army values. There's no leadership responsibility yet. It's all about listening, learning, and proving your dedication. Promotion to Private E-2 is generally automatic after about 6 months of service, provided you maintain good conduct, complete your training, and show steady progress. It's your first step upward in the Army's structured path of growth.
Private E-2. The private marks a soldier's first promotion, shown by a single chevron, a sign of growth, discipline, and successful basic training. At this stage, you've proven reliability and teamwork, taking on small responsibilities within your unit. You begin applying your skills in your military occupational specialty, or MOS, infantry, mechanics, logistics, or intelligence. Still closely supervised, you're evaluated on how well you perform independently. Promotion to Private First Class E-3 usually follows after 4 to 12 months of solid service. Private First Class E-3. As a Private First Class E-3, you're no longer the new soldier. You're an independent performer. By now, you've mastered the basics and can complete missions with minimal supervision. You actively contribute to your unit's success, assist newer soldiers, and continue developing your technical skills. Leadership begins to notice your initiative and reliability. Promotion to Specialist E-4 or Corporal E-4 typically comes after 12 months of service and consistent professional growth. Specialist E-4. The specialist is a skilled soldier, trusted to handle complex tasks and support their team. They often mentor junior soldiers and ensure missions run smoothly. While not yet in a formal leadership role, their expertise and reliability make them valuable to the unit. Promotion to Corporal E-4 or Sergeant E-5 depends on performance, leadership potential, and professional development. Corporal E-4. The corporal is the Army's first leadership role. Same pay grade as a specialist, but with added responsibility, you wear 2 chevrons, lead small fire teams, enforce discipline, and mentor junior soldiers, serving as the vital link between enlisted personnel and higher command. Sergeant E-5. The Sergeant E-5 is known as the backbone of the Army. Leading squads of 9 to 10 soldiers, they train, mentor, and ensure their team completes every mission efficiently. Sergeants set standards, enforce discipline, and serve as the key link between junior soldiers and higher-level leaders, shaping the unit's success. Promotion requires strong performance evaluations, completion of Basic Leader Course (BLC), and typically about 3 years of service. Staff Sergeant E-6. The Staff Sergeant E-6 leads squads of 9 to 10 soldiers with increased responsibility, overseeing training, operations, and welfare. They mentor junior NCOs and ensure mission readiness, balancing leadership with technical expertise. Promotion requires completion of the Advanced Leader Course, ALC, an excellent service record, and typically about 8 years of military experience. Sergeant First Class E-7. The Sergeant First Class E-7 is the senior NCO of a platoon, guiding 30 to 40 soldiers and advising the platoon leader. They ensure training, readiness, and morale, serving as the experienced backbone of their unit. Promotion to Master Sergeant E-8 requires completing the Senior Leader Course, strong performance, and several years of proven leadership. Master Sergeant E-8. The Master Sergeant E-8 is a key battalion-level staff NCO and the commander's trusted enlisted advisor, managing resources and planning missions. They focus on mentoring and mission execution, ensuring unit effectiveness. Promotion is competitive, typically requiring 15+ years of service and a record of outstanding performance. First Sergeant E-8. The First Sergeant E-8 is the commander's enlisted right hand, setting the tone for the company. Responsible for the discipline, morale, and welfare of up to 200 soldiers, they wear a diamond on their insignia. Every soldier in the unit knows and respects the First Sergeant's leadership and authority. Sergeant Major E-9.
The Sergeant Major E-9 is the senior enlisted advisor at the battalion or brigade level, providing guidance to commanders and representing the enlisted perspective. They oversee training, discipline, and operations, ensuring the unit functions efficiently. Their experience and leadership make them a key link between officers and enlisted soldiers. Command Sergeant Major E-9. The Command Sergeant Major E-9 is the senior enlisted advisor to battalion, brigade, division, corps, and higher-level commanders. They oversee thousands of soldiers, maintain discipline, set standards, and ensure unit readiness, serving as the vital link between officers and enlisted personnel across the command. Sergeant Major of the Army E-9S. The Sergeant Major of the Army is the highest-ranking enlisted soldier in the U.S. Army, serving as the Chief of Staff's right-hand advisor. Representing the voice of over 1 million soldiers, they influence policy and uphold standards Army-wide. Their insignia features 3 chevrons, 3 rockers, an eagle, and 2 stars, symbolizing their unmatched leadership and authority.
Warrant Officer 1, W1. The Warrant Officer 1, W1, is the Army's entry-level technical expert, bridging the gap between enlisted soldiers and commissioned officers. They focus on mastering their specialty, whether aviation, intelligence, or maintenance, and applying their skills to support missions. W1s are expected to grow rapidly in expertise while learning to lead in technical roles. Chief Warrant Officers CW2 to CW5 are the Army's technical masters, rising through ranks marked by 2, 3, 4 squares, and finally the single horizontal stripe of a CW5. CW2s are advanced leaders, CW3s seasoned experts, CW4s shape policy at brigade and division levels, and CW5s are rare, legendary figures, absolute masters of their trade. From aviation to intelligence, if you need an Apache helicopter landed precisely in the dark, you call a warrant officer, the Army's go-to authority in their specialty. Second Lieutenant O-1. The Second Lieutenant O-1, known as the Butter Bar, is the Army's entry-level officer. They lead platoons of 30 to 40 soldiers, learning to command, plan, and earn trust. Fresh from commissioning, their focus is developing leadership skills while guiding soldiers and executing missions effectively. Promotion to First Lieutenant O-2 generally occurs after 18 to 24 months of successful service. First Lieutenant O-2. The First Lieutenant O-2 is a developing officer gaining experience in planning, leadership, and operations. At this stage, you're expected to operate more independently, think critically, and prepare for future company command, often serving as an executive officer or leading specialized missions. Captain O-3. The Captain O-3 commands a company of 100 to 200 soldiers, balancing leadership, operations, and administration. They plan missions, oversee training, and ensure their unit's readiness. Captains are decisive leaders, mentoring junior officers and enlisted soldiers alike, and are responsible for both the welfare of their troops and the success of every mission. Promotion to Major O-4 usually occurs after about 10 years. Major O-4. The Major serves as a staff officer at the battalion or brigade level, coordinating operations and ensuring mission success. They often act as Operations Officer, S3, or Executive Officer, bridging smaller units with higher command, while drawing on prior leadership experience and pursuing professional development. Lieutenant Colonel O-5. The Lieutenant Colonel O-5 commands a battalion of 300 to 1,000 soldiers or serves in senior staff roles. They lead operations, manage resources, and coordinate complex missions, ensuring unit readiness while applying extensive leadership experience to achieve mission success.
Colonel O-6. The Colonel O-6 is one of the Army's most prestigious ranks, serving as the senior leader of brigade-sized units of around 5,000 soldiers or specialized commands such as law or medical units. Years of leadership experience at tactical and operational levels enable colonels to command, strategize, and oversee large-scale operations as the highest-ranking field-grade officers. Brigadier General O-7. The Brigadier General O-7 is the Army's first general officer rank, transitioning from field grade to strategic leadership. They serve as deputy commanders of brigade or division-sized units, gaining high-level experience in operations and decision-making. This rank is reserved for officers with exceptional expertise and proven leadership. Major General O-8. The Major General commands division-sized units of around 14,000 soldiers overseeing military operations and garrison responsibilities. Having previously served as a Brigadier General, they bring extensive experience, strategic vision, and operational expertise, making this rank both a high honor and a position of tremendous responsibility. Lieutenant General O-9. The Lieutenant General commands corps-level organizations or holds senior staff roles, overseeing critical operations and strategic decisions. Often considered a terminal assignment, officers retain this rank while serving in these high-level positions. General O-10. The General is the highest-ranking active-duty officer in the Army, appointed by the President. Often called a four-star general, they lead major commands like Forces Command, serve as Chief of Staff or on the Joint Chiefs, and oversee operations, strategy, and Army-wide readiness. General of the Army, 5 stars. The General of the Army is a rare 5-star rank, reserved only for total war. Last awarded during World War II to leaders like Eisenhower and MacArthur. It hasn't been used since Omar Bradley retired in 1981. This rank represents ultimate authority, commanding entire theaters and shaping Army strategy at the highest level.